Hey, what's up? What's up? Good evening. Good evening. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. All right. What's up? What's up? Yet, guys, I'm still here. We gonna get in a Diddy trial. Shoot. Every day is something different. The day was kind of slow. It was a drag, but the show must go on. Every day ain't gonna be explosive. Every day ain't gonna be the shizzies. You know what I'm saying? Every day ain't gonna be a shit show. But they did definitely get Juror number 6 is gone. Up out of there. They replaced him, and now right now it's only one black juror that's on the juror team. Um so I don't know how this gonna play out. They got him out allegedly because he lied about his residency. He said he lived in New York, then he lived in New Jersey, then he commute back and forth. They found him to be uncredited, or as his story was not connecting to basically the situation. So here's the thing, if you're residing in one state, you cannot be a jury in another state. You have to be a juror in the state that you live in, and that's the conditions. But allegedly he was saying that he lived in both places. I mean, that could be true though too. Everybody, some people have more than one residency. So they just said that they probably, the judge did say he probably want to question him some more later. But right now he's not questioning him no more right now. So I'm guessing that they putting him off. Period. He was the only last. It only was two black jurors, and I'm guessing now y'all remember when they were saying Diddy kept looking back and looking at the juror and all of this stuff. This was like last week, and they told him to stop looking at them, stop looking at the juror, stop nodding and smiling and doing different kinds of face gestures to the jurors. So I'm guessing that's probably one of the ones. So they had to find something to get him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely up out of there at this point. Um, and again, now I guess they trying to pick at the other one. So I guess basically they trying to make it like an all white juror, for as with men and women, just all white. That's what it seems like it's going to be. From what I'm hearing, is this is not nothing like this is normal in a New York case, and then he's basically they was trying to get people in there that's neutral that don't really know Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But of course, Diddy famous. Like I mean, he's from New York, but they got rid of him. So now we down to one African American juror. So we're gonna see how this play out. If they're gonna pick him apart, they're gonna find a reason for him not to be there, and then the next thing is gonna be all white. So we're just gonna be sitting back checking it out. Like I said, the day was kind of slow. It wasn't nothing like I'm saying real like out there. They was reading a bunch of text messages. And that's what I'm about to get into because now remember, because they saying that the guy, Brendan Paul, he's supposed to be testifying tomorrow. And basically, I'm gonna show y'all who Brendan Paul was. Brendan Paul was basically allegedly one of his drug mules. Now I know that when Jane was doing her testimony, she said something about Ray J. She never mentioned Brendan Paul. She said a guy named Ray J, and when they asked her was that the singer and the actor, and she said no, it's a whole nother guy. Like this guy allegedly is not in the business, but we all know that he probably was hinting to him, but didn't really want to call him out. So Brendan Paul is another one that used to basically supply Diddy with drugs, pills, whatever that he needs, and he was arrested a couple years back. We gonna get into that, but yeah, and then they had messages with the D Rock guy. He came back up. They trying to get Boner's testimony struck. But the judge said he's not gonna strike it. He's gonna still keep it into the testimony, because the thing of it is, mind you, she didn't know the exact day that he hung her over that 17th floor Cassie's apartment. She had her days mixed up, and that's one of the things that they try to catch her on and try to make it seem like she's doing perjury on the stand. But this was shit. Damn near what, 10 years ago? Like, you ain't gonna have the same specific date. But see, this the kicker. They found text messages of him trying to get in touch with her because he didn't know if she was gonna throw a lawsuit on him. So he was trying to basically beat her to the punch. Before that happens, I gotta grab her. I gotta make sure she in good standing. I gotta make sure that this don't really get out in the public and stuff like that. Like, who he thought he was, Nino Brown? For the love of money. I swear. Diddy, every time you turn around, you always is something else new. You know. But yeah. He basically did that. They found text messages basically corroborating her story. But again, her dates did not match up. And that's the only thing that they had on her. Or is, well, you say you took the picture this day, and then in your phone it's got this day when you took the picture. So that is like nor here nor there. That's like a far fetched situation, because at the end of the day, I know that it happened. I might don't have, and then you got to realize they was doing drugs. So you ain't gonna have the exact day. You ain't gonna know the exact anything. Your brain probably fried. Not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, you probably was high when it happened. And when you became sober, you know that that happened to you. But okay, you might don't know the exact time or the exact date, but that doesn't still mean that it did not happen. So we're about to check out a clip from what happened today, and we're gonna see about Brenda Paul. So yeah, the chat is open. If anybody wanna come up and say they little spiel, so the chat is open. All right, let's see. All right, this is my first clip I'm about to present to you guys. Yeah.
Off the case, week 6 of testimony in the Sean Diddy Combs trial, starting off with quite the shakeup. The judge officially dismissing Juror 6 over what he says were inconsistency in statements the juror made about where he lived. Sean Combs has denied all charges in his sex trafficking and racketeering trial. If convicted, he faces life in prison. Let's bring in our legal contributor, Brian Buckmeyer, from the courtroom today. Brian.
So, Garrett, we have the second witness of the day on the stand. Both of them are what's called summary witnesses. That's typically when there is such voluminous information. In case the government feels that a witness should be able to condense that into charts, graphs, visual aids. And that's what's happening here. We're seeing text booking as well as flight plans, and also talking about drugs. Don't forget distribution of drugs as well as sex trafficking and transportation to.
Thank you, y'all, for hitting the like. All of these charges, he's saying that he is not guilty of doing none of these: the racketeering, conspiracy, X trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, the last one we know definitely he did. I believe that the X trafficking is kind of iffy because they was willing to be participants and willing to go. I done went out of the country to go have a freak off. And basically you got compensated. However, even if he was paying your bills and stuff like that, that's still some type of compensation. The racketeering conspiracy, ugh, I don't know, but they saying that the government believes that they have this strong case against him, and they believe that they can basically win. Allegedly, they want to be in this trial around my birthday, around the 4th of July. So we going to be like checking it out. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, today was like a dead day. They did bring up a lot of old uh, receipts of basically messages, text messages between him and different people, but I don't know, y'all. This is a tight one. It's really tight. It's iffy, it's tight, and it's like 1 minute it look like it's going into Diddy favor. Next minute it looks like it's going into the government favor. But I guess it's still early in the case. They still got witnesses that they're gonna bring up. Like I said, Brendan Paul supposed to be making his debut tomorrow. Kanye West did come Friday, but he only stayed for like 30 minutes. He did not stay for the whole longing of the day, but he did make an appearance, and I guess, Kanye probably just wanted to come get some little attention on him. Yeah, I came to support you and stuff like that. But other than that, he did not show up today.
Engaged in prostitution are some of not only the predicate acts for the RICO charge, but also some of the other charges that Sean Combs is facing. We're also hearing that Brendan Paul, a former Syracuse basketball player who's arrested March of 2024 and whose case was dismissed and had close ties with Sean Combs as an assistant, is expected not to testify today, but tomorrow. Likely to testify about cocaine and we're expecting the defense to start their case on Friday, already giving us at least 3 witnesses' names. One of them, the VP of operations for Bad Boy Entertainments.
A lot to come. Brian Buckmeyer, glad we have you.
So y'all remember years ago the guy Brendan, he got caught basically about to deliver some drugs. He got caught with all the drugs, but he did take a what is it, like a drug duration program, whereas though he didn't really get no time, but he definitely got shot. And this was years ago, and then mysteriously the case just all of a sudden disappeared. So that's over, but I believe that Diddy had a part in that too. You know what I'm saying? Whereas though, let's make the charge clear, because allegedly the charge was for Diddy. He bringing drugs and getting drugs and doing all of this stuff. But like I said, the day was not very explosive like it normally be. Today was a boring day. So let's check out who is Brendan Paul. And they saying that he was Diddy drug mule.
The alleged drug mule for Sean Diddy Combs has accepted a plea deal to avoid jail time. According to People, he will participate in a drug diversion program, and Paul's attorney confirmed the agreement, stating the case will be dismissed upon program completion. Brendan Paul, the alleged drug mule for Sean Diddy Combs, has accepted a plea deal to avoid jail time. According to People, he will participate in a drug diversion program, and Paul's attorney confirmed the agreement, stating the case will be dismissed upon program completion. Brendan Paul, the alleged drug mule for Sean Diddy Combs,
So
has accepted a plea deal to avoid jail
that
time.
was
According to
Brendan.
People,
So he's going to take the stand supposedly tomorrow. Um, and I'm surprised to see what he have to say. You know, we all know Diddy did drugs. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? So it probably don't be nothing like really, like pow, like boom, like electrifying, but it is something to hear. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't know. We heard about the pink coquiana. We heard about the bottles of oil. We heard about the ecstasy pills. We heard about Miley. We heard about rack, the whack stuff. You know that Whitney Houston said. You know I don't want to say it on my channel, but we heard about those things, but we haven't heard from anybody that basically helped participate or bring those drugs to him. So we will find out tomorrow, and basically let's see what he have to say on the stand, because this might be very important to a lot of the things that's going on with this case. You know, but I think he took immunity too, as though you know he can't really get in trouble for basically saying the things that he did, and hopefully he be honest about what's going on, because they is cracking down on everybody who's testifying against Diddy. They will try to make it. Well, that's what a lawyer is supposed to do anyway. They will try to like tear you down and make it seem like you the liar and all of that stuff, but that's a part of what a lawyer job's supposed to do. Like we not mad at it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm interested in seeing what's going to really happen with this tomorrow. So hopefully he come through and do his big one. I'm quite sure he's very excited about this. But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all like and subscribe if you already haven't, and please y'all can share this or whatever you want to do with it. I'm about to get out of here, and I'll talk to y'all guys later. Deuces on the